ladies and gents. These are Vertigo smokes that you need to know in CS2. We're starting off with a full ramp execute. What you want to do is you want to come in line with the ramp and the platform right here. You want to line up with this line right here. You then want to aim at this top left area of the square. Left click throw. We'll see it on the nade cam bouncing to the back of sight. You then want to look over here at this beam, just in line with this corner, bottom of the beam. Left click throw. That's a good freehand for the right hand side of sight. We'll come on over and we see it's a perfect smoke wall. Of course, you want to still be careful of oppers back there, but it blocks off sight, blocks off short beautifully, and makes it super easy for your team to take control of a site. Now that first execute is the one that I like to use, but if you're not that far up ramp, if you can't position yourself there, you can also do a less effective but still good execute here from sandbags. What you want to do is line up as shown. You want to then aim at this corner of the gray beams, left click jump throw. You then want to aim just to the right before you hit the other corner, so somewhere like 75% down, left click jump throw again. Both of these smokes take a long time to land. You know, they have a whole lot of air time, which is why I say this is the less effective execute. However, if you have time and you're waiting for your team to rotate, because this smoke lands on top of the boxes, it gives you a little bit better cover from CT heaven. It blocks off short a little bit better as well. But again, I prefer the first execute just because these smokes take a little bit less time to land, which makes it a lot easier for your team to spill out on A explosively, and it gives the CTs a little bit less time to rotate. But you know that now you know them both, and you can take your pick of the litter. You guys know I love my cheeky bonus Molotovs. So these are 2 plant denial Molotovs on a site. The first one, if you're on ramp itself, you can line up with the edge of these sandbags as shown. You can aim just at the top of where the ladder meets the first square and left click throw. Takes a quick bounce, and that's a fast Molotov right onto the default plant to deny the CTs a defuse. Alternatively, because this is a bit of a risky position, it's an odd one to play. Let's say you're playing closer towards plat, you know, you've been shoulder peeking, you're checking short, and you're worried about a defuse. You can line up just loosely with this pillar. It doesn't have to be perfect, but just be up against this pillar. You want to aim at the bottom of this square, and then you want to press W and left click jump throw. So you need that momentum. So left click, W jump throw, takes a bounce, and it looks like it doesn't land in the air, but because of the platform, it lands, blocks off all of default, gets a good bit of short. And those are 2 good little Molotovs to know if you're in a post-plant scenario and you want to try and deny a defuse with a Molotov. Next up is going to be our B-side generator smokes. So what you want to do to smoke off B-side is you want to come in the back of stairs, line up just flush in this corner as shown. You then want to aim, looking at using this pillar as your guide, just to the left of the second rope in this beam, and left click throw. You then want to go just to the right of it, left click throw. The first smoke is left side generator, the second is right side. As we come over here and cross, we see right side is perfectly smoked. The left side lands a little bit deeper, blocks off of this angle, and then of course you still have to worry about catwalk a little bit, but you got 4 teammates with you. One person throws, you know, a molly, maybe a quick flash through the smoke to deny the push through, and that is a perfect way to take control of B site with very minimal utility. Alternatively, if you find yourself in a late round scenario and you can't do both of the generator smokes, you can instead smoke CT by standing up on top of these sandbags like shown, looking at the middle of this pillar, and then just off into the sky. It's a very rough estimate. You can freehand this one, and there's lots of room for error, but just like shown, roughly off this pillar, left click throw, nothing else. We'll see it on the nade cam and we'll run over, but it lands right in the middle of CT. A great smoke to slow down any CT rotators and make them really nervous. Really useful, especially in those 1v1 scenarios. And finally, working our way mid, where knowing your utility can make the difference between winning and losing control. You want to line up with this silver pillar as shown for all of the utility. You're then going to look not at the first beam, but the second beam that we see above the box as shown, and just left click throw. This lands right in the sandbags, blooms beautifully, and blocks off all of the mid jump up to push any CT players off of that angle. And then again, from the same spot, after throwing that smoke, what you can do is look at the bottom corner of this box, just at the left, and W left click, jump, throw. We'll see it on the cam, takes a bounce, and mollies off a good portion of mid, especially burning out anyone sitting in this corner who could be looking to take your team by surprise. The last smoke that I also want to throw, again, from the exact same spot, is the same as the molly. So looking just off the corner of this box right here, the bottom corner, W left click, jump, throw, takes a bounce off the beam, and it lands right in the center of middle. So this is a great smoke, especially if you pair it with some flashes, maybe a Molotov for elevators. You can run your team straight up through mid for a fast B take. Again, coming up here, you want to be careful of elevators. They will see you because of this height difference, but otherwise, it's a great smoke for your team to spill out mid and take control of B quickly. And last, but certainly not least, I do want to show you guys the CT ramp smoke. Plenty of different people have shown this before, plenty of ways to throw it. The way I like to do it is roughly, you want to line up with this metal beam as shown. Look at the corner of where this wall, padding meets the roof. And then you're going to left click, run forward, and the moment your crosshair crosses this light, you are going to release your left click. So doing it in motion, we're lined up here, looking at the corner. Left click, running forward. The moment I cross the light, release. It takes a bounce off the beam, bounces down ramp once, twice. And then if we fly on over, we see it's a perfect smoke for the bottom of ramp. Of course, a smoke isn't a wall, so the T's can push through it, but oftentimes the enemies seeing this might be taken aback, and you could definitely slow down or deny a fast ramp take. So simple smoke, but definitely one worth knowing. Anyways, that is it for me, guys. If you enjoyed the video, gained some useful information, please feel free to drop a like, drop a sub. It is hugely appreciated and massively helps the channel. I'm also trying to pump out a lot of nade videos in the form of shorts, because it seems like you guys are really liking those, so I'm going to try to keep those coming. But yeah, that's it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.